Let's move from there to another disaster that's taken place. An Indian Air Force's Jaguar fighter aircraft of the Indian Air Force crashed near Bhanuda village in Rajasthan's Churu today. A massive blaze was triggered after the crash, and the debris of the plane was found across an agricultural field in which the jet crashed. The aircraft had taken off from the Suratgarh base. The IAF has confirmed that both pilots were killed in the crash after the Jaguar trainer aircraft met with this accident. A court of inquiry has been constituted to ascertain the cause of the accident. But the worrying news is that this is the third such crash in just the last few months. Joining me now, Sandeep Unithan, who tracks security issues for us. Sandeep, this is extremely troubling because the Jaguar trainer aircraft, this is not the first crash of its kind, just already three reported in the last few months. Is there something fundamentally wrong here?
Well, absolutely, Rajdeep. It's probably the first time that the Jaguar, you've had so many crashes of the Jaguar. Now, the Jaguar is the second most widely used aircraft in the Indian Air Force. You have the Su-30s, which may number over 260, and the Jaguar, 6 squadrons, over 100 aircraft. Now, 3 of those aircraft crashing in rapid succession in just in the last couple of 5 months or so, that points to a very serious issue here. We don't know exactly what happened in this case. There are a number of, there's a lot of speculation about what exactly went wrong, how 2 pilots went down the way they did. They possibly didn't have a chance to eject, which indicates they were flying a low-level mission. We lost 1 pilot as well in the previous crash, very tragic. Losing 3 pilots in 5 months, that's a very big blow for the Indian Air Force.
What's the solution? I mean, there's been a lot of talk about replacing the Jaguar with more modern training aircraft. Have delays in acquisition of those aircrafts been an issue? Where is the problem?
Well, Rajiv, it's a convergence of many problems for the Indian Air Force, really. You know, the Air Force has an authorized strength of 42 fighter squadrons. It's operating with just 31 fighter aircraft squadrons. Now, it's operating very old aircraft like the Jaguar, the MiG-21. It's got 3 squadrons of the MiG-21 still flying, 6 squadrons of the Jaguar. Of course, the age of the aircraft has nothing to do with the fact that they're being operated by the Air Force. There are other countries that operate equally old aircraft, 40, 50 years old. The Israeli Air Force, for instance, is operating aircraft that are 4 decades old. But there are a number of penalties that this imposes on operating these aircraft. There are technical issues there. The maintenance of the aircraft becomes a problem. Given the fact that the Jaguar is, the Indian Air Force is the only country in the world, the only Air Force in the world to operate the Jaguar. They're the last Air Force that still operates the Jaguar, primarily because we haven't got the fighter aircraft that we wanted. We are already 10 squadrons short of the actual authorized strength of 42 fighter squadrons. The Air Force needs something like 1 fighter squadron at least every year to join the fleet if it is to even maintain the current number of 31 squadrons. It's not happening, and we've just seen in recent months the Air Force Chief, Air Chief Marshal AP Singh, has been talking about how HAL has not been delivering the aircraft that it's promised. So it's a convergence of many factors, and that's impacting the Indian Air Force at a time when it's looking at a 2-front crisis with both Pakistan and China beefing up their Air Force with 5th generation fighter jets. Rajdeep.
Sandeep Unithan, for giving us more clarity on what is clearly a crisis in the skies. Thanks very much for joining us.